Today I'm going to introduce a few new obstacles and a few new objects to Banksy. Just continuing on with a bit of desensitizing to finish off this week. Just trying to show Banksy that the world isn't as scary as he thinks it is. I've set this up because I want to get him used to changes in his environment. There's going to be lots of things that he can't predict. So making him a confident horse ensures that he can handle these kind of changes in his environment. The only way we can replicate that is by using different stimulus. Tarp and pool noodles and umbrella. How many horses have you seen absolutely lose their mind when they see an umbrella open around them? Good boy. So even the fact that he's kind of moving off pressure and still trusting me to send him around even though there's all that going on in the center, that's a lot. It's a lot for him. Oh, mate. Yeah, have a look at it. This is basically just trust building exercises. He doesn't know what that is. He doesn't know if it's going to kill him or not. So he's really got to trust me to guide him. Every step he takes towards it is him potentially taking a step towards something that'll kill him. He's only doing it because he's trusting that I'm gonna tell him it's okay. Good boy. You can sniff it. Good. So now he's touched it with his nose and he's having a lick and a chew, so he's actually acknowledging what it is and processing. God, those hooves are long. Good pony. Good boy. Okay, I'm gonna put that roller on him. So he's just got that extra little visual and sound pressure. The roller is like a training tool that sort of simulates the girth, and it's the initial stages before you start saddling a horse. So he's never had a saddle blanket on before either, so I started with a rug, and the rug was, you know, the stepping stone to working with the saddle blanket. Good boy. That was really good that he let me put that on him on his guarded side first. So he just kept moving his feet and moving away from the pressure. And every time he stopped moving his feet, I took the pressure off by moving the saddle cloth away. But now he's got to learn to move with this extra thing on his back, and then I'm going to double up on it by putting a roller on him. This is how I feel some people like advertise kids' ponies, and they're like, it's so quiet, anyone could ride him. So while I do this girth up, this is quite a lot of pressure under his belly. So I'm just doing it up in increments while I push down simultaneously on the top of the roller. So he's feeling pressure underneath his belly where his girth is and on the top. So it's not just all of a sudden like someone pushing up on his belly. It doesn't come as such a shock to him. Okay. Good boy. So again, this is a whole new thing that I'm training again, because now I've put a roller and a saddle pad on him. Now I'm asking him to move his feet again with all this additional pressure. So this is a whole new ball game for him again. He moves off pressure and he lunges pretty good going to the left, but when I get onto his guarded side, he stiffens up and he braces and he doesn't want to move his feet, particularly his front feet. So the last few days, all I've just been working on is just getting him to take 1 or 2 steps when I send him in that direction. If I put too much pressure on him, then he will spin and bolt. He's got a very small threshold for pressure on this side. Good boy. Okay, do a little bit of work with a stock whip around here. Good boy. Good. So we always take baby steps. So I started with, you know, the flag first, and then I moved to the carrot stick. I'd never go straight to a stock whip. Good boy. He's kind of acting like he's been knocked around the ears with it. You're all right. Good man. Just gonna let it touch you now. There you go. There you go. Good boy. He is being less responsive of this side, which is typical for him. So it's the same thing with trying to teach him to move off pressure on this side. He gets more stuck in his feet, but he's doing sort of less head responses and less kind of fussing with his face. That was so interesting. Okay, I'll show you the umbrella in a minute. The point of desensitizing horses is to get them ideally less reactive to environmental changes and different stimuli. We're taking horses and introducing them into our human world where there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on all the time, and we have to give them the tools to cope in our world to keep them safe. So that's the idea behind desensitizing. We don't want to flood our horses so that they just become despondent and shut down, but allowing them to have natural curiosity for all things different. Good boy. Oh, you are so brave. He is being so brave. Mary Poppins? Oh. His eyes are popping out of his head.
It goes that hard, really? What?
Okay. Now we found your no-no zone. Good. I like it when they touch things with their nose. It's like us if we're like visual learners or something. We have to do things with our hands to, you know, figure it out. They've just got to touch it with their nose to fully understand. It's a good thing with having kids. They have all kinds of weird toys. And I don't want to scare the crap out of him. Like, that's not the aim of this, but I want to see him process, and I want to see him engage. He hasn't shown any personality since he's been here. He's just sort of been coping. Okay. Done for today.
3 days later.
I'm getting him ready for his first saddling. I'm using the Western saddle today because it's a bit clunky, it's a bit loud, it's big and bulky. So we've been working on desensitizing the last few sessions. Good boy. And this will be a part of it as well, just getting him used to, so he's had the roller on already, so he's felt that pressure on his girth. Now this is just taking it the next step. So I'm just going to walk him a little bit before I do up his girth so he can just feel the weight of that. This saddle has a rear cinch on it as well, which is really great for letting horses get used to. A lot of horses will buck if they've got a rear cinch on if they're not used to feeling that. Oh God, I don't know who undid this girth last, but oh my God, they just undid everything. which I'm only just realising this rear cinch isn't attached, which is a problem. Don't do this at home, kids. That's a really important piece of the rear cinch here. Tying it up to the front cinch is to make sure it doesn't slip back into their flank, because then they will buck for sure. It's what they do with the bucking broncs. Alright, I'm just going to move him off and let him have a feel of that done up for the first time. Steady, steady. Good boy. So it's very big, it's very clunky, it's making a lot of noise. The stirrups are flapping and tapping him up. Each day he's getting a little bit better, but like he lunges fine the other way, but if I try sending him that way, he would just spin and bolt, spin and bolt, spin and bolt. He would not even let me get close on that side to move his feet, and it was actually really challenging. And we're still not quite there yet, but he's in a better mentality where he wants to try for me.
In this part, I've stepped it up and I'm trying to put a bosal on Banksy. This is his first time having something other than the halter on, so he was pretty apprehensive about it. It took quite a long time of going back and forth, and there were a few points where he got quite defensive. We've noticed this is a regular occurrence when I try to touch his mouth, and he would rear and strike, but I just stayed calm and consistent and kept working with him until we finally got it on.
Good boy.
This was really great for him, because then once we finally showed him that it was okay, I was able just to slip it up over his nose and do it up.
Ah, feels like home. Marley's like, hello, friend. Good. He's just real funny about that nose being touched, you know.
I had tried to lead him around off my horse with the bosal on, but I accidentally pulled it straight off his face. So we went back to a halter and I was ponying him around off Marley. This is his first ever time being ponied. And then I picked up on the end of the lead rope and we kept going, and he actually progressed so well. Little did we know there were a lot more challenges we were about to face. Next time at Coolabah Equine.